and welcome to episode 3 of Getting Into Feed the Beast. I, of course, am your host, uNhumuN, and today what we're going to be doing is, like I said last time, we're going to be focusing on thermal expansion. What that means for us is that we're going to need to get some power, we're going to learn how to do automated processes eventually, like cutting down and harvesting trees. Now we've got to address the elephant in the room first. We have moved! Actually, we are playing on a single player server now, just like an over the LAN. We don't live in the beautiful redwood forest anymore, but we did our best to kind of just rebuild the gist of our house. It's a little bit smaller this time, but we also moved this little basement thingy. You know, I didn't particularly want it in the house because it was in the middle of the floor. But anyway, we've got a new house, pretty much same old stuff though, pretty well the same placement so that I could help to have some continuity for you guys. Anyway, first off, what we need to understand thermal expansion is some power. Now, everything in thermal expansion runs off of what's called RF. RF is a form of energy, and if you look in here, what we're going to use to create RF is this little furnace generator right here. Boom, boom! It's going to cost us a whole scrud ton of iron because I want to get a minimum of 8 of these guys. I usually like to run off of maybe like 16, but you know, sometimes in the early game, those kind of big numbers with especially a resource like iron may not be possible, but we'll see. We do have quite a bit of iron. We've been mining, you know, naturally. Like I said, the wife, she likes mining. I'm going to go first things first, though, is to assure that we have enough for this ambitious project for building lots of generation. I'm going to put all of that iron into here. I wish that we could see it from the top. Maybe I'll build a little staircase so you guys could see the inside of this thing. We're smelting all that at once, and I love it. Let's look at the recipe, though, for that generator. What else do we need to pull this off? We need furnaces and redstone. I happen to have a little bit of redstone in the inventory, you know, but probably not enough for this. We're going to need 32 pieces. Oh, I did have enough. Well, my bad. Math, it's a thing. I've got 32 pieces of redstone. Let's go ahead and go and grab a full stack of cobble. We've got, you know, plenty of that. I'm going to go over to this crafting station, turn it into a furnace. Furnace it up. There we go. Let's check on this iron. We've got 194 new ingots. I'm going to go ahead and just drop these into blocks like that. And one load down. I'm going to pick them back up. One thing that's really nice is, like I was saying, you know, I don't know if I said this in this world or another one. Anyway, we live in podunk world nowhere, like in real life, you know. Internet kind of sucks, and so that's why we moved away from the server. It had nothing to do with the Kismet server. It was just, you know, living in the middle of nowhere. No good internet. Let's see how much we have left in here. We've got 104 ingots. Ooh, I forgot to smelt some more. There we go. It's all out of the smeltery. So I ended up with a little over 15 blocks of iron. But you also notice if you look into my inventory, I also made a shovel. And I also made a iron lumber axe out of that excess iron that I had. Let's go ahead though and let's see how much more iron we've got. Looks like we have plenty, more than enough to make all 16 of those generators like I wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put those blocks of iron where they belong. I'm going to put the iron ingots where they belong. 16. Oh, looks like I'm going to need a couple more furnaces. Let's go grab that real quick. More cobblestone from here. Now, frequently I find it handy to just have multiple crafting stations up because I'm in the middle of a recipe here. I don't want to start over, you know. No one wants to do that. So I just move right on over to the next one, get my furnaces, and then I can go back and continue on. Just a little handy trick to save you some time. But now look, we have furnace generators that we're going to go ahead and set up outside. I'm probably going to want to build a room for these. But first I have to decide where I want that to be. You want it to be somewhere central, somewhere accessible, where everything later that we're going to get, your house can be powered from. So apparently I just barely got the achievement getting wood for the first time. I didn't build this house from wood. it's fake. Alright, and there we are. I've built this little expansion off to the side of the house here. I'm going to just turn that into a little machine shop. We're going to start by sticking our furnace generators in here. I'm going to put them... yeah, let's put them right here, just for fun. Actually, you know what? Screw that. I'm not going to put them there. I'm going to put them right here. It makes sense in my brain. I'm going to put that one there, that one there, that one there, that one there, that, and then that. Now keep in mind this setup, there is an actual reason why I'm building it this way, and you guys, that'll make sense a little bit later. I'll get to that. But this is going to provide us with a decent amount of starting power. The cool bit is what I'm actually going to show you guys later. Don't know if it'll be this episode, you know, we can hope. But anyway, later I'm going to show you guys how to completely automate the process of feeding these generators. They run off of coal, and I don't want you to have to sit there, you know, spending forever trying to feed these guys with coal all the time. That would just eliminate, you know, the point of trying to make things simpler. Oh, that's my head. Am I making sense here? Anyway, we've got all of these set up. I'm going to go ahead and home really quick. We're going to go grab some coal. Then we're going to slide right on back there. Let's just start with 2 stacks. That ought to do well. We'll break that into 8 different piles so that we can... Oh, wait. No, we should probably... Actually, let's break that into 16 different piles. Remember, we have 16 furnaces. And you'll see that when I stick it in there, we are now generating RF power. Ow! And being hit by... Whoa! You're kind of weird looking, aren't ya? What's that movie? You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, and then he takes the glasses off and hits the guy with the glasses? I can't remember, but I'm about to hit this guy with glasses. Whoppa! Whoppa! And something cool, I'm going to push H, and that brings up the little hats menu. I can put it on, and now... Oh, frick! They have it out for me, I swear. Watch this. Time, add 1,000, maybe? Is that a... Oh, that's enough. It's dawn time. Heck yeah. Anyway, look at this. H, Tahi hat, and done. Now when we look at me, I'm wearing a cool hat. I kind of like that. Anyway, we've got coal in that one. Let's just keep filling him up. I'm so happy that lucky me. Those are full. They're all generating power. Thing is, though, is that they're not really talking to each other yet, you know? They're not all hooked together. They're separate entities for producing power, and what we want is for them to piggyback off of each other into one form of power. We're going to do that... Oh, wrong buttons. We're going to do that by making what is called a... Hold up. I know what it's called. There we go, a flux duct. Flux duct is a fancy word basically for like an extension cord, right? Pretty much the same function. But we don't want to make it out of leadstone. That's the simplest one. It's the easy peasy. It transfers at 200 RF per tick. That's not, you know, that's not too bad. I think that's somewhere in the neighborhood of like maybe 4,000 RF per second. But I'm going to use that much power like so fast that it would just be a waste of time to even bother with it. So what we're going to do instead is I've been left clicking these to check the recipe. If you right click, you will see what you can turn it into. I'm going to make these hardened flux ducts. They transfer 4 times as much RF per tick. They require the leadstone flux duct, some redstone, and then what's called an invar ingot. Invar is just an alloy. It's consisting of like ferrous metal and iron. Pretty easy to make, except for the ferrous metal can be kind of rare sometimes. Looks as though we have... Oh, a spider! Whoppa! Yappa! Oh, frick. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna eat this potato. Anyway, back to making invar. We have plenty of ferrous ore. I try to, you know, not be too conservative with too many resources. Ferrous ore is one of those things that you will want to be conservative about. We'll explain that in a future episode. Can't get to that today, so I'm only going to use like half of it. We doing dealings under the table? Thank you for your transaction. So it turned out that the wife actually had some iron for me. I absolutely love that. If you guys don't have a wife, I suggest you get one. They're great for getting iron. Oh yeah, once you're old enough. I mean, you know, no fake Minecraft wives going on here. Anyway, we've got our molten invar in here. We've got 96 ingots. That's free iron. Yeah. We've got 96 ingots, though. That's gonna match our needs like so well. That's perfect. We also need to make this lead stone. We're gonna need glass for that, and we're gonna, of course, need lead, as the name implies. So let's go ahead and also grab. We've got like 2.5 stacks of lead in here. Might as well get all that taken care of. We're just gonna throw that in there. Now we can't smelt them all at once. Too much in the furnace at once, or smeltery, whatever we want to call it. But I've got just a smidgen of this. Wow, I didn't want that. Anyway, we've got just a little bit more of that invar left. I don't want to mix it with our lead, so I'm gonna go ahead and smelt that down the rest of the way. And bada bang, bada boom, we've got all of our invar out just in the nick of time. We've got 200 ingots of lead. This is going to take friggin' forever, so forget that. We're going to go make us some glass. If, you know, we actually have sand. I know that we had sand in the last server. I don't think I even had a chest for sand. I don't. No, I don't. You know what, though? I know for a fact that we had some sand and some glass in the last server, so, you know, smite me if you want to. I'm gonna cheat just a little bit of glass in here because I know we had some from the last server. You guys won't see me do that kind of crap very often, but, you know, once in a while. That ain't hurt us. And let's go grab that redstone, because remember, we're making those lead stone flux ducts. That's the recipe. So let's just go grab a whole scrud ton of redstone from this corner chest. Boom, 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 boom. We'll grab like 6 stacks of that. Come back over here. My guy is, of course, hungry again. I think he's always hungry. Put that up in there. Put that in there. And then we just need the lead. We're going to put all those guys in there, and bam! We got 6 stacks. 6 stacks. Count them, people. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of these leadstone flux ducts. That is going to fit our needs for quite some time. Now, all we need to do is turn those into the hardened edition, and for that, as you guys might remember from the recipe, we need 3 pieces of redstone, something like this, to 3 pieces of lead stone, and then what we need after that is the invar. This is why I love these crafting stations, is I can just leave the recipe table behind and still be good to go. And there we have it. We have 3 stacks of those hardened flux ducts, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to serve our needs just fine. Sorry about those Facebook notifications. You know, I talk to people sometimes, occasionally. This is what we're going to do now, though. I've got these hardened flux ducts, and I'm going to just stick them like that. Now look at the top of my screen. What you'll see here is that there's actually a number right there. 19,200 out of 19,200. That is an RF count for how much that flux duct has available. It acts as a type of storage, if you will. I'm going to go ahead, though, and just boom, boom, boom. I'm going to wire this whole thing up. I mean, doing all of it on all 4 sides might be a little bit overkill. I could get away with doing it just on 2 sides, you know, one here and like one here, but I feel like this looks better. I like this. I think it looks pretty. It's like a big battery bank of smoking, stinking coal. We likes that. You'll notice, though, I got a little bit in the middle here. I got one of those like back there. That's going to be a little bit of pain to get out, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Next, we want to find something to do with all of this, right? We want to do something fun here. So, what can we do with all of our RF, our new found power that we have here? I'm going to show you. Check this out. Using a couple of machines, you can smelt ore just by putting it into a chest. No more babysitting the smeltery. we're moving up in the world. How it works is you take a chest where you'll store your freshly mined ore, hook that chest to a pulverizer using an item duct, which will break it down into ore dust that can be smelted for twice the amount of ingots, link the pulverizer to another chest where the dust will be kept, hook that chest to an RF-powered furnace where it will be smelted into ingots, and then finally connect that furnace to another chest where the finished product will be stored. Don't worry, we'll go over that again. That will double my ore count without me having to sit here and babysit this smeltery. Like I was saying, this is a great early game solution, or if you're trying to get lots of stacks done at once. But I like to just put things in a chest and do it once, and it's done, and I don't have to babysit it anymore. I love it. That's what I do, you know? So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to make, maybe to begin, we're going to make 4 of these pulverizers. Unless we're feeling, you know, really, really motivated, we might make 8 of them. That depends pretty much entirely on how much copper we have. 0 copper. I ain't feeling no motivation. But that's okay, because that's what this big hammer's for. I'll BRB.
Just go my way, living every day. I don't worry, worrying don't feel free. Things that bother you never bother me. Things that bother you.
Alright, now then, I just want to give you guys a little piece of sage advice, something I wish so much I had known sooner. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I've got this little item in my inventory. It's called a golden bag of holding, and check out what this guy does. If you right-click it, it is a double chest that you can carry with you everywhere. I wish I had known about this sooner in my Minecrafting experience with Feed the Beast, but, you know, I didn't have some cool tutorials to show me this. Golden bag of holding, though, really, really cheap to make considering what you're getting. It's a block of gold, 2 gold ingots, a diamond, and 4 wool. My wife was so nice as to make that for me. No, speaking of my wife, there she is. I'm going to go ahead and stick all this stuff in here, though. There we go. It's all put away.
Never bother me, I feel happy and fine. Ha-ha! Living in the sunlight.
Oh gosh! Oh, I found a tunnel. That's not what I. Ooh, there's a skeleton. I don't want to get shot. Maybe I can like. Ooh, I'm gonna like sneak over here. He's not gonna. He can't hear a thing. You know. I'm just gonna keep on going, and then I'm gonna like sneaky attack him from the. Oh, yeah. Dude, +1 for uNhumuN. I just totally got that little skeleton guy. You suck, Mr. Oh, frick. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna call it quits with the copper mining. I've got 36, and that ought to cut it for me. Hello. We're gonna go out to our smeltery and get that smeltering. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, it's in the bag. Let's pull those out of there and just pop it, plop. And we're gonna wait for that. Now in the meantime, let's go back to that pulverizer recipe right here. Resonant pulverizer, or whatever you want to call it. There's different types: reinforced, resonant, basic, and I think hardened is like the last one. We need pistons for this. I'm probably going to start by just making 4 pulverizers because we don't have a whole lot of copper like we were seeing here. So let's start by making 4 of those pistons. We know that in order to do that, we're going to need 16 pieces of cobblestone. Wow, why am I even like pulling out cobblestone? I've got a crap ton in my inventory already because I just went mining. Ah well. Let's go grab 3 pieces of wood per each, so that's like a total, oh look, a 12. We got a stack there, just like pre-made for us, like that. We're going to grab us some iron. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of iron. And then finally, I think 4 pieces of redstone. If I'm remembering this recipe correctly. Back on over here. Place those down. Place these guys down. Place that down and place that down. You know, I used to think that a piston was like the epitome of an expensive item. That was until I played Feed the Beast and realized that it really isn't. It's actually kind of cheap and easy. It's kind of like a McDonald's. Anyway, we need flint now. Let's go check our miscellaneous items. Ooh, we've got way enough flint. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of flint. Come back to our recipe. Stick them in there. Blam, 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 blammo. We're going to need copper gears. We're going to need 8 of those. Let's go grab our copper really quick, and then I'll show you guys how to make those. We've got 72 things of copper. Now, what's 72 divided by 9, people? I think that's 8. So we'll need to push these buttons right here, these little faucets, 8 times in order to get all of those at once. That zombie is freaking creeping me out. Holy cow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3. That should add up to 8. In the meantime, let's go grab some iron. I'll show you guys how to make these gears that we're going to need. First off, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of iron. Come back on over to the crafting table. Then what you need is copper in those areas like that. And that's how we get those copper gears. Come back over, put them on in our recipe list. Next up, we need a redstone reception coil. It's a piece of gold with 2 pieces of redstone. Again, not crazy expensive there. Only trouble is that we're going to have to go ahead and smelt down this gold. I can take care of that pretty easy peasy though, especially since I've already got my whatever this stuff is called out of here. Copper, that's what we were doing. See, I remember. Anyway, copper, done. While we're waiting for that gold to smelt, I'm going to go ahead and pull out, I think it's 16, no, it's 8 pieces of redstone. Crap, I'm hungry again. You know what, though? I think that I was baking some bread in the oven. Yes, indeedy. You guys want to see a cool trick? You're like thinking, bread? But this is Minecraft. We don't cook bread in the oven. We cook bread on crafting tables, and you would be right. But you would also be wrong. I have a way to triplify my freaking zombie. Stop scaring me. Anyway, I have a way to like triplify my amount of bread. So watch this. Instead of making that like that, 1 piece of bread, I can go like that, turn it into wheat flour, and stick the wheat flour in the furnace, and guess what I'm gonna get? Bread. Yeah, no water, no milk, no eggs, no yeast, just bread, just wheat. That's it. Nom nom. Love my super flat dehydrated bread. Okay, looks like we've got 200 ingots of gold. 200. We're gonna melt down the rest of that while we're at it. I'm gonna go ahead and stick these on here. For now, I'm just gonna probably grab these first couple of blocks. You know what, though? You know what I want to do first? I want to go and hunt down this zombie and this spider. They're scaring me. They're scaring me. Oh, they're killing me. I was once a brave adventurer like you, and then I took an arrow to the elbow, and, well, now I'm not an adventurer anymore. You guys want to see a funny clip?
Is this what your sworn word means, Klingon?
Saw that the other day on Star Trek. My wife has been watching the show. She loves it, and she showed that to me, and just both of us busted up laughing because we're Skyrim fans. I think she's clocked like 5 times more than me, though. I've clocked something like 80 hours on Skyrim. She's clocked like 300 hours on Skyrim. That's not 5 times. I suck at math. I'm sorry. But anyway, let's put on the 4 pieces of gold like we need and make this reception rod or reception coil, whatever we call it. Last up, we need a basic machine frame. We make that with 4 pieces of iron, so we're going to need 16 pieces of iron, a 10 gear, so 4 of those, and then finally 16 pieces of glass total. Fortunately, I'm pretty sure I stole some glass earlier from the nether space. You know, I cheated at it. I like cheating glass. Where'd my cheated glass go, dang it? It's just gone. It's just gone. And look at this map. There's like no sand anywhere. I mean, okay, there's sand. There's like sand clear over here that's like a minute from my house. Why would I want to walk? Oh, that's more sand. Maybe we're gonna walk over. Oh, hey, there's my wife. Wonder what she's doing clearing the heck out there. Maybe taking a swim? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, she's underground. I think that she's mining. That's gotta be it. She's mining. But if you look at the mini-map, I mean, totally, dude. It looks like she's swimming in that little lake. Right there. Splash, splash. Oh. He hates me. Crap, he seriously hates me. And there we have it, 16 pieces of glass right there. Let's go ahead and break that up into little piles. Let's go ahead and grab that iron that we needed. Ka-chunk, just like that. Put it on in there next to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you guys remember, the last bit we needed was 10. Let's make these 10 gears now. We've got 4 iron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 to give us, go figure, 10. Wow, no, 4 10 ingots. Basic machine frames done. Got that. Pulverizer, just like that. Now the way that we're gonna hook these dudes up is gonna make a little more sense later. We want to be able to put items into there using what is called an item duct. This is a great item. It requires some weird ingredients though, such as hardened glass. It's actually the bane of my existence. I hate this stuff, but I'll show you how to make it. It requires obsidian. That's why I hate it. But basically we can use that to transfer items automatically into... Oh, frick. Whoa. Was I like sick for a second there? I'm bubbling. I'm gonna start by putting these pipes back here like that. Then I'll just line those up. They'll get all fueled up with energy. For now, I think I'll just kinda go like this. I mean, it looks like garbage, but, you know, it works. Now they're all linked together, at least. And we'll start off... Ow! Oh! Tragically enlightened? Really? I'm gonna enlighten... Oh. I don't even get to get my revenge? He's gone! Holy crap! Oh, my base... Oh, my basement! Oh, gosh! No, not again! Not again! I am going to prevail, burn you! I am going... No! Die! You ain't gonna win today! No! No Enderman! Please! Oh, don't look at me like that! Don't look at me like that, please! I don't want to die. I think I'm safe. Oh, frick! he almost got me. Oh, okay. I think we're good. Alright, so I've got my obsidian, and this is the way that this works. You start by getting yourself some lead. I think that 1 piece of lead will produce 2 pieces of hardened glass. So since I don't feel like, you know, smelting a whole bunch of stuff right now, I'm just going to smelt 2 of those. That'll actually probably be a little bit too much, but that's alright. And while that's cooking, we're going to put this obsidian right into these casting basins. Wait for the lead to finish, and when it does, we just pour the lead right over the obsidian, and cool, it becomes what we're looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just like that, we've got hardened glass right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have a remainder of 2 lead, which we do. We'll just take care of that right now. And now we can go and we can make those item ducts. We're going to need some additional pieces of 10, I think, but we've already got that in the inventory. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that will give us 24 pieces of item duct. Next move is that we're going to go ahead and put said item ducts on top of these guys. Chunk, 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 chunk.
Chunk, 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 chunk.
I don't want that guy to be there, though. He's that's in the way. That hardened flex duct right there. Don't want it, don't need it. So I'm going to show you guys a cool, nifty tool for whenever you're working with RF or like a ton of stuff. This tool works great. It'll be like my best friend. You'll see why. It is called the Crescent Hammer. I'm going to stick it in inventory slot number 4. And basically what you can do is if I hold shift and just right click that, it'll pull it out, which is pretty great. That's pretty snazzy. I'm a fan of it. We'll just take off all of those, and I'm going to also put item ducts on bottom of these, like that. We'll see why in a second. Now if you right click this, you can configure it. I'm going to put a chest here. Let's go back home really quick so I can go grab that chest. Oh, that's not what I wanted. What we want is for raw ore to feed from the bottom of this chest into the pulverizers, and then this one is going to pull it out and is going to stick it into a chest that's going to be right here. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to put another 4 of these here. I'm going to grab one final chest and stick it there. We're going to put more item ducts, and this all is going to make sense later. This is where our furnaces are going to go, the electric furnaces that are going to cook what comes out of these. Now comes the last bit of what needs to be done here, and that is for us to make what's called a servo. Let's look at the ingredients list here. Servo. We're going to start off with the basic iron kind because they're super easy to make. What that servo does is pulls items out of, take for instance, a chest. Alright, so here's the recipe for those servos. You've got iron nuggets. Iron nuggets just come from doing that, same as any other type. I love it how Steve, he can take these blocks of iron and just turn them into nuggets with his bare hands. He must be quite the man. But anyway, I'm going to take these servos and take them out, and we're going to go over to this chest. I'm going to put it on right there, right click, it puts it on there, and then you change this, you right click it again, and it tells you this big interface. We'll maybe go over some of the details of that interface later, but you click it and change the redstone control from high to ignored. Basically what that does is it makes it to where it does not require a redstone signal to work. It should start pulling things out of that chest. I actually know why it's not. Check it out. You've got this configuration when you right click the pulverizer. All of these colors represent something. This represents an input location, and these are both output slots. Since we're inputting from the bottom on each one of these, we're going to need to change the bottom to an input slot. Now that disappeared, it is in there. We'll change the top to an output slot on both colors. Like that, and I'm just going to set the rest of these to non-existence. See how that's pumping through the pipe and is now in this chest. Pretty handy. There we go. I've got all these configured to the same now. They're all pulling from the bottom and pushing out the top. That's how all of this is coming out now. Next move is for us to set this one up with the electric furnaces here. Let's look up how to make those furnaces, shall we? F-U-R-N-A-C-E. If I remember right, it requires bricks, which I hate because I hate mining clay. Redstone furnace, yep, it takes bricks. So we're going to need 4 of those. Let's put the servo on here, though, just so that we don't forget later. And for now, let's go ahead and go build those furnaces. So we want 4 of these furnaces. That means we're going to need 8 things of bricks, which means we're going to need 32 pieces of clay. Let's just check the miscellaneous items chest. Looks like we have no clay at all, so I'm going to have to go and harvest that. Go out into this deep and this world where all of the clay is stored, where the monsters are, and the chickens. Ooh, I got your egg, chicken. What egg? What egg? We've got the clay. Clay just takes way too long to get any of. I don't like getting clay. Oh, shoot! Now that we've got enough bricks for our little project thing going on here, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the crafting table. Now, you guys might have forgotten that recipe by now. That's alright. We need 8 bricks total. So let's break that in half and just chunk. 8 bricks total. Put that right there. Next up, we're going to need some redstone. I've already got that. We're going to need some more of those reception coils. Yep, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Mix that with more redstone. And there we go. Reception coils for the win. Next up, we're going to need more copper gears. I don't know if I have copper on. Oh, I do. I'm going to need 16 pieces. 4 pieces of iron. Chunk. Just like that. We've got our copper gears. I think we need twice as many. Probably. So let's go ahead and make twice as many. Chunk. Like that. Good. Go back to the recipe. Do that. Now we just need those machine frames again. Let's make the 10 gear. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Just like the copper gear with the 4 iron in the middle. And put that into our... I forgot what this... the machine frame. That's it. Put that into the middle of the recipe for the furnace. And voila! We got her done. So now, what we do is we're going to stick these furnishers right there. Right there, right there, and right there. We're going to let them feed through the top and out the bottom. Like that. Chunk. Okay, last up is that you'll notice they're not receiving any power. So all I've got to do is reach into my bag of goodies. I got to get this hardened flux duct across here. Now they're getting energy. And look at that. That's feeding automatically into these. And those are going to pump right out the bottom and give us some more ore. Ooh, I almost just got attacked by that burning zombie. I think he just died. Yep, there's his remains. I could go eat that if I wanted to. Probably not gonna. But now we're gonna go ahead and grab all of this. Well, let's get rid of the refined ore first. Have to have enough room, right? We're just gonna grab all of that. Go back over here to this chest. Now I can just stick it all right into here, and it's gonna automatically process that for me. I didn't mean to puke all that silver on the ground. That was pretty gross. But there we go. This is gonna handle itself over time. I could get a bigger servo to push out more at once. Right now it has a maximum size of 4. Kind of slow, but it will still power its way through that, which is nice. I mean, that's nice, right? But anyway, guys, that's the end of this episode for today. We're going to continue learning more about RF machines tomorrow. We're going to talk about probably how to make this machine feed back into itself to generate power automatically. You can see it's already starting to die down a little bit from feeding these small operations that are happening. And we'll do that by having a system that will automatically plant and harvest trees, and then it will feed the trees into a new set of furnaces that are going to feed into here. So, can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. I'm under attack. You're gonna die! Oh, that's a baby zombie. Why aren't you attacking me? He's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, frick!